Hello and welcome. Hope you're doing all right. I'm doing all right on this glorious July afternoon. I thought we'd just have a quick whip around the garden. I've not really been doing a lot, but we'll see how the plants are doing. Main thing to note of what I've done so far in the last sort of month is I've managed to clear that patio area out, so it gives a little bit more of a feel of what it's going to look like when the patio goes down. The patio I'm hoping to buy next week, so we'll see how that goes. The reason I've been able to clear that area out is because I've been able to get rid of the washing line, because I've built a washing line up under the roof of the pergola up over here. So it does a job. I can fit 2 loads of washing on it. It's under the roof, and it keeps it, nicely out of the way of the eyesight, so I can use that patio area a bit more. The only flip side of clearing all that out is that the corner of doom is now the corner of despair, but won't worry too much about that. I've got better things to worry about. Namely the Schefflera in the centre bed, which is, I think, dead, and brings my kill count on Scheffleras to 3 out of 6. So, yeah, not so good. But we'll have a whip round and see how we're doing. Passion flowers still going well. They're not as profusely flowering as they once were. They're doing 7 or 8 a day. Now it's 2, 3, but it's still going. The bumblebees still love them. And I've just been chopping the fruits off them to because they're in pots, so they can divert their energy to new growth, hopefully. But it's slowly but surely getting there. I mean, 3 or 4 years time, it should hopefully do the effect that I want it to do. So yeah, the annoying thing about the Scheffler in the centre is it's an absolutely key spot, because the aim of it was for it to let it grow up in the canopy, sort of spread out above the trellis height, i.e. hide those windows. And then under it, where that conifer is, I was going to put like a 4-foot tree fern. But it looks like the sun's done it in. When I went away, I had a choice of saving the Lophosauria there on the right with the brown fronds, or the Schefflera. So I put the parasol and set it up over the Lophosauria to save that. But yeah, the Schefflera has bitten the bullet, but we're going to have a good look at that in a minute. So let's start with some of the goods over here in this corner. It's really getting there, this corner. I've not really got a lot more to do here. It's pretty much cement the coping stones in, and then just in and around the tetrapanax at the bottom there. The couple of ferns I chucked in there did not like it, so or haven't liked it, as you can see what I'm saying. But the rest of it's actually doing really well. Tetrapanax is looking good. They're always a bit fussy, tetrapanaxes, it has been moved 2 or 3 times and chopped and fell over and this, that and the other, but they are a little bit fussy. They don't like it too wet, they don't like it too hot, they don't like, so yeah, but it's going all right, so I can't complain at that. The Dixonia in the middle is looking fantastic. That was a plant Dixonia a few years ago, so he's really going some now. He looks happy in that spot, so I'll leave him there. And this is a good thing, is a lot of these plants have been in the ground now for sort of 2-3 years. So rather than worrying about getting stuff in the ground, I'm kind of a bit more, everything's in the ground, what worked, what hasn't, and more an amendment than anything else. So we'll go around and look at a few of these amendments. But yeah, Dixonia is happy there, Tetrapanax is happy there, so can't complain. The small Dixonia at the back in the corner by the Ammonite, that's doing well. That's only a year old. And the giant honeysuckle cutting is doing okay as well. I forgot to tie it up or finish off the trellis there, but it's bent over and there's a couple of new shoots that are aiming upwards. So yeah, we'll leave that in there and hope that survives the winter. I will protect it a little bit, but generally when I know there's going to be a frost, I just attach some fleece to the pergola and then just drape it over that whole area basically, so it should be covered by that, and we'll see what happens. So moving on around here, the Tracheospermum jasminoides is finishing flowering now, really nicely scented. It's only been in a year, so it's just found its way up to the top and it's starting to bush out here and there. So yeah, that's a good one. We like that one. The real star at the moment is this Cycad. It's the flush is absolutely massive on it. I wasn't expecting it to be anywhere near that big. I wouldn't like to say how big that frond is there at the back, but it's pretty big, and it obviously has the illusion of being big because it's up on top of the wall effectively, and we're down here, so it's not too far off my sort of chin height, that frond, so it gives it a bit more than what it is. But yeah, definitely doing well, and I think they're a good option for me because they do look and they are prehistoric. Nothing else really looks like them that I've got, even the ferns. The closest thing is going to be the Wollemi pine, but that's a completely different form. And just thinking, like this Lophosauria here, it did okay last year in the full sun, but this year you can see the new stuff browned off because the sun was so early. It is alive. I've had 2 or 3 new fronds pop up, just sort of medium-sized ones, and I think there's a couple of bigger ones on their way up as well. But I don't really want to be molly cuddling it like this year. As soon as the fronds branded off, I was putting a parasol over it to give it a bit of shade. I don't really want to be doing that. But as the Cycad's done so well over there, I think it could be a good little option to pop another one in there, maybe one under the Tetrapanax over there as well, and maybe even in this centre bed down here to our left. So yeah, food for thought. But yeah, the giant honeysuckles looking really good. I'm just about to actually, if you look on top of that fence post, can you see I've got the little hook things, the eyes? I'm going to make a little thing, and this one that is coming across the sort of walkway, if you like, that could be something that hides those windows just as it's doing now. So I think what I'm going to do is just put a little wire from there down to there to hold it up and see how it does. It'll probably get frosted off, but even if half of it survived, that part wooded up and it sort of layered it up over a few years, I wouldn't mind that. It's worth a try anyway. So yeah, we'll see how we do. But yeah, still flowering, so this will probably be the 4th week of its flowering. I think the best one was probably about a week ago. It had about 8 or 9 bunches of the flowers all out, all in the same area, but otherwise they're a bit sparsely done. It's a bit difficult, this one, because the flowers open at dusk, and then by the time we get to now, which is about 3 o'clock, let me find one that opened yesterday, they start to sort of fade off a little bit, and turn a sort of very sort of pale yellow peach type color. But you can see it's been flowering a lot. So we've just had a couple of like gale force winds, so a lot of them have fallen off, but believe me, it has been going some. And it is nice that kind of time it flowers, because you walk out first thing in the morning, you get a nice waft of the honeysuckle, and then last thing at night you get a waft of the honeysuckle as well. So yeah, pretty good. Trying to train it up over this way, as you can see. So we'll just see how we do, and anything that goes big off to the left I've just been chopping off. But yeah, you can see it has been flowering quite a lot. And then got all these flowers here. There's another load over the other side. There's loads on top as well. So yeah, it's going well. It's going well. Komatsu Mandii looking good as always. Probably the best climber, jungle effect climber you can get. Nice, and that's only been in the ground a year and a half. So that's good. Not much else going on down there really. Just that Lophosauria, like I said, looking a little bit sorry for itself. So yeah, the big disappointment really is this Schefflera that's in the center of here, which is the kind of key one. If we're getting closer to it, the leaves all got burnt off at the top, and you can see it's affected the kind of stem. It just doesn't look happy there. I can't quite work out whether that's too much sun or too little water or too much water. So it's one of them. But as I look at it now, don't know, does that one right there look like a new one's coming out? We'll see. We'll see. Funny enough, I've just gone and bought a plant, a plant one. We'll have a look at it in a minute, just as a little bit of a reserve, just to get it used to the ways of life in the garden until autumn. If it dies, it dies, and I'll put that other one in and give it another go. And then what I might do is buy the 4 or 5 foot tree fern for where that conifer is, and then that can act as a bit of shade for it until it grows up big enough to act as cover for the Dixonia. But yeah, it's a bit straggly. It's been a bit of a hard one for the ferns this year. None of them have really done amazingly well. I think it was just the heat came at the wrong time of year, but the sort of flowering plants I've put in have been all right. That salvia's just finished. Got this verbena at the back here, which has been pretty busy with bees and whatnot. And then the buddleia I bought has got a real nice, I don't know if it's coming out. Oh, look, there you go. We all have a bumblebee, I think. Oh, sorry, mate, interrupted his dinner. Yeah, it's a real kind of, I want to call it like a royal purple. On my screen as I look at it, it looks a bit pinky, but it's definitely, yeah, definitely a sort of violet-y purple. But yeah, it's good. So I think in this bed and the one at the back there, if I put any flowers in, I'm going to try and put them on the sort of purple, pinky, bluey spectrum, if you see what I mean. And then the ones by the giant honeysuckle behind us, I'll probably do sort of vibrant reds and oranges, and then over there in the shade I'll go for whites and pastel colours, if I can, if it all ties up with one's good for the wildlife. The Lophosauria that's just been struggling for what, 3 or 4 months has finally died. It's a bit of a shame. That was where I divided it. The other half of the division isn't doing too well, so yeah, it's good for me to practice these divisions on plants that cost 100 quid, but hey ho, that's how we roll. Willemy's doing really well. The thing I like about the Willemy, which I find quite funny, is like it's put out the dark green stuff last year, and you can see the sort of leaves, or whatever you want to call them, have sort of tapered down to a point, and then it's just grown out the same sort of stem this year and just gone completely the other way. So it looks a little bit, just a bit funny to me. That's not how I was expecting them to grow, but yeah, it looks good. It looks happy there. So yeah, can't complain. This Lophosauria, which has seen equally as much sun as the other one, is doing all right. That's the first one I bought. That was a bit more of a plant one. So yeah, he's going on. The Trata at the back here, I think I said last time, the crown come up just at the wrong point and all the new fronds got burnt off. Sorry, all the new fronds got burnt off. So yeah, that's that one. This Schefflera Taiwaniana still hasn't opened its leaves. And it's all annoying, the Scheffleras, because if I look at that one, that's what kind of like was hoping was going to happen to them. But, yeah, I don't know whether it's the sun, but yeah, I've killed 3 of them. So one of them was a Schefflera rodendifolia, which I put in here, which are overwatered. One of them was a Schefflera Taiwaniana, which I put behind the bench, which got devoured by slugs, and it didn't get any other leaves out that year, so it just died over winter. So I replaced it. I put an azalea in there for now. And then this one here has been done by the sun, so they're kind of different reasons they've been going, which is a bit annoying or good, I don't know. But yeah, Canna's doing well. It does fill that spot out lovely when it's up. It's not up all the time, obviously, because it dies back over winter. But this is Canna Iridifloria Hemini, I think, something like that. But yeah, they're quite, nice enough flowers, give a splash of pink. The Pilostagia verbonoides, looking good, bushing out. It's going to have tons of flowers on it this year, so yeah, next couple of weeks they should open up. Just looked at this Schefflera, is looking good, nice and sheltered there actually, which is probably a reason for it, and gets a little bit of sun, but it's east facing essentially, so yeah, it doesn't get the hottest sun of the day. This Cyatheas is doing really well. Like in the ground, that's just been out all winter, so he's been all right. The other ones aren't actually doing amazing, but we'll see them in a minute. This Cyatheas dying a slow death. I'm just going to let it die and go this year, I think, and then I might put a pot in there just for now, just to keep the hole, save stuff growing over the hole. But I want to let a little bit of light into that Pilostagia behind. This Dixonia is doing all right. Yeah, so we've only had 2 fronds come out this year on this one, which is a bit annoying, and even more annoying is the big ones like that as well. And funny enough, the Hydrangea Samanii that was struggling and is struggling is actually, funny enough, sort of half flowered. But yeah, it looks like it's not long for this garden, shall we say. Fatsia is doing good. Dixonia behind it, the small 1-footer. That's doing really well. That's sort of right at the back there. You can see the fronds are pretty big on that one. Again, this Cyathea here, the biggest Cyathea, Cooperi. Sent out this one, lovely one, earlier on. And I don't think they like the hot weather, the Cyatheas. I did notice that before, that if it's above 20 degrees, they're really slow to grow. If it's between 15 and 20 degrees, then they fire them out. So yeah, maybe just one of them. It's been a bit hot for them this year. This hydrangea samanii has taken off again. It did stop again. It might be another, it was too hot for them, because a lot of them sort of stopped growing when we had that sort of 3 weeks of 25 degrees every day. But yeah, it started growing again, so that'll just go from strength to strength. Hopefully. There's the Schefflera I've just bought. I decided to go for the smallest one I could find, just so if I do need to chuck it in the ground, if it doesn't work, then I'll have to rethink it. The only other thing I was thinking for over here, if I could get away with it more than anything else, more than like lack of wanting to do it, is if that Schefflera doesn't work, I could actually put quite a tall fence post in there and kind of make branches on it, like a big sort of, I don't know, like a signpost with all the signs pointing in different directions, and then just grow like a Clematis almandii up it, and then I could put whopping great branches at it at the perfect height that I want them, and just let the climate go up it. So yeah, food for thought. Not sure what the missus will think of that, but yeah, it's one of them. Behind here, yeah, this is the other Schefflera that went in at the same time as the one that's struggling, and the one in the middle. This one's doing really well in the sort of, this is almost full shade. It's just, yeah, like I said, 3-4 o'clock, and it's just getting a little bit of sun now at the end of the day. So part shade, we'll call that. Yeah, and then really just this lot's doing all right. Jasmine's doing all right. So yeah, it's all good. Yeah, that's about it really. My next plan, as I said, is probably going to get the patio for the patio area and get some bark and get that sorted out, just so the ground is sorted. I'm very keen on just getting the footprint of the garden done, which is why I rushed to put in all the plants. So if I can just get that done, and I haven't done the waterfall at the back yet, but it just kind of, we'll draw a line under me needing to do anything else in the ground. So that's the next thing on the horizon. And yeah, that's about it really. Anyway, hope you're all having a good July, being able to keep cool. Yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.